Yes, I need to. Welcome, everyone. Hey. How are you guys doing? It is Contractors Chat time. How are you guys? Just posting out to let everyone know we are here live. I'm pulling up my notes, and if you are new here, finding me, I'm Felicia Streeter over at FeliciaStreeter.com, and we're going to be talking about government contracting right here, right now. So I'm going to pull up my notes, and I'm hoping you guys can hear me well. So if you cannot, then of course you'll let me know. Welcome. Why don't you tell me where you're joining from? Let me know where you're joining from, that you're safe and well. I can see you. Let me know what are you offering to the government right now, because I like to gear my teachings and comments to you as an individual and what you do. So anytime I can do that, I do like to do that, but I need to know who you are and what you offer. So go ahead and put that in the comments, share that. I'm pulling up my notes for tonight because it's going to be an interesting topic, and I hope you guys take something away from this. So go ahead and pop in the comments. Let's see. Yeah, I want to make sure you can comment. Okay, go ahead and comment. Let me know who you are and what you offer to the government. I see you guys are popping on, so thank you for joining us here live. Oh, there we go. Okay, there's a delay. So we have Walker here waiting. He says he's waiting for his SAM registration to be complete. You're in Tampa, Florida. Welcome. Hope everything is going well for you down there and that you're safe and well and your family, because these are some uncharted waters we're in right now. Okay, so I got my notes. We're good to go. All right, awesome. Who else we have here? Latif, if I'm saying that correctly, from Atlanta Construction. Awesome. Are you still doing work during these times? I know a lot of construction companies are still working, especially commercial and those in the government sector. So it's a great time to be a government contractor. And a lot of you guys may not realize that, but let me just tell you, it is. And if you aren't sure about that, I do want to encourage you to go back and watch some of the lives I've done in just the last few weeks, because I've talked about being prepared, how to get prepared and positioned for these contracting opportunities that's happening right now, as well as in the future. I talked about, let's see, what did I say? Oh, get creative. I can't remember. It was get creative, maybe get positioned and get paid or something like that. But it was all about that. That one was really good. I think I did that last week. So you can definitely check that out. We have Brock here. He does garage door services. Welcome. Cordell, we spoke. Hey, Cordell. Looking forward to have you guys join us in the boot camp. Shamika, we spoke earlier today. How are you? Professional services, business management consulting. Awesome. And let's see, Walker says, how much does this say? Okay, we're going to get to Q&A towards the end. So hold that question, if you will, and then you'll have to pop it back in, okay? Because my screen is steadily scrolling, okay? And let's see, we have Carlton, I believe, Carl Mack from Birmingham, Alabama. Your name looks familiar, so maybe you've joined us before, but welcome. He does IT. So tonight we're going to be talking about how you can prepare for future opportunities. But I also want to share what you should be doing right now, because there's some opportunities right now. You guys are really dropping the ball if you don't recognize that there's business to be made, things to be done, and ways to make money right now. The government has not slowed down at all. A lot of companies have shut down, and some companies have slowed down, their work and things that they do, but the government is still strong. I have contracting officers that I know. Some are family members. I know some just as colleagues and things like that, being in the industry and doing contracting myself, and they're still working. They're still awarding contracts. So you guys have to be in position and be ready to take advantage of the opportunities, because they're still coming. Okay. and not just for face masks, but those are needed too. So don't discount that. But there's a lot of opportunities that's still out there. They're still awarding contracts as scheduled in their forecast. So it's still happening. Okay. So today we want to talk about how to prepare for future opportunities that are coming down the pipeline this year. Okay. So if you know anything about government contracting, you know that they have something that they call a forecast. Most agencies put out a forecast, ideally in October every year, because that's the beginning of the fiscal year. Sometimes it may take them a little bit longer, but October, November timeframe of the year, they'll put out their new forecast that is going to entail what they predict that they're going to put out for bid from that time frame, October to that following September 30th of that year. So if we were to look at the forecast today, we could look for things from today through September 30th of this year. Okay, does that make sense? Hope you guys are tracking with me on that. Okay, so the forecast is a key component to you guys being prepared for the opportunities that are going to come out here in the near future. That's one avenue of finding opportunities. The other avenue is to get yourself positioned as quickly as possible, because there's opportunities out there right now that you can take advantage of. It's really all about your approach. Okay, so your approach may be wrong, and how you positioned yourself may be wrong, and that's currently preventing you from taking advantage of some contracting opportunities. Okay, so just think about that. So let's dive in. I have my notes here. So we're going to talk about what you should be doing right now to prepare for future opportunities. Okay. Now, of course, we're already past the point of you're prepared. You've done the foundational things that you need to do to have your business ready and able to take advantage of a contracting opportunity. Okay. So you have to be qualified to do work with the government, number one. Okay. Now, once all that's done, so here's what I'm going to cover. I have 5 things I want to cover with you guys. The first thing is you need to know what opportunities are coming, right? So it's all about being positioned and being ready. So if you know what opportunities are coming down the pipeline, then today you can start preparing and getting your business ready to be able to win that opportunity. Okay. Now, if you're in government contracting, depending on how much you know, I don't know if you guys are new to this or if you've been into government contracting for a while. Maybe you've been lurking around. Maybe you have bidded contracts. Maybe you have not, but you kind of know about government contracting. Then in a lot of cases, you'll be bidding opportunities. Now, sometimes they have things where you don't have to bid them. And sometimes that's the case. Those are really smaller contracting opportunities. What I teach my clients is more so how to bid opportunities, because we're all about not just at making an extra few dollars, but we're talking about making it a game changer. Okay. We're talking about building $1 million businesses. And so the way you're going to do that is through bidding opportunities. So the first thing you need to know is what's on the forecast for your customer. So in order to do that, you need to know who's your customer. Okay. So if you know who's your customer, you can look at the forecast, see what projects and opportunities they have coming down the pipeline. So I'm telling you this today. If it's new to you and you go look, then you would look from today, or say you do it tomorrow, you look from tomorrow through the rest of the year to see what they have coming down the pipeline. You need to know. That's need to know information as a business owner, as a government contractor. Okay. So that's number one. The second thing is, if you see these opportunities that's coming down the pipeline, right? You see, for example, say in May, they have an IT project coming out in May. So I think it was Walker, maybe was in IT. I can't remember. It scrolled on me. I think it was you. But anyway, whoever was the IT company. O'Brien is here, security guard in IT. So he does IT too. Okay, awesome. Oh, Carl Mack does IT. So if you're an IT company and they say, here's an opportunity that's coming out in May, then you should be preparing for that right now. And so the second thing you need to do as you find these opportunities on the forecast is you need to start getting your pricing together. Okay. There's this myth let me crush it right now for you guys, that a lot of people believe that you can bid an opportunity in just a few days. That does not happen. Okay. And a lot of times, if you have to get pricing from other sources, right? Meaning you have to get pricing from an outside company, vendor, or whoever, and then in turn take those numbers and add them to your numbers and then put your profit on top of that in order to turn in that final number, is going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight, meaning, oh, I saw it today and I'm going to do it tomorrow, because you also have to be aware that you have to give the other company or vendor time to put together their numbers. And let me just tell you, you're just starting out in this. They're not going to rush or dance to your beat. So you want to make sure you give them ample time to give you the pricing that you need. Plus, you want to get the best pricing possible, so don't rush them, okay? So the first thing is you need to look at that forecast, know what's coming down the pipeline here in the near future. After that, you need to focus on pricing, okay? So you don't have to wait until the opportunity actually hits the street to get your pricing together. If you know it's something that you're going to bid, be proactive, okay? The third thing is you want to get your team together. Now, this depends on your approach. This depends on what team looks like for you. I spoke to somebody today. I can't think of their name. I think it was Lucretia, maybe was her name. Anyway, I spoke to someone today, and she already knows that with her work and what she plans to do in the government, that she's going to have people help her with the work, meaning she's going to have workers. So if that's the case, you need to build your team. Now, when I say team, I mean any person, any company that is going to play a part in you winning the opportunity and being able to deliver on the opportunity. So whatever you offer, some of you guys have put in, how you provide your services, what you're going to offer to the government. If you're going to do it actually by yourself or if you're going to have help and support. So when I say that, you're going to get your pricing together. Now you're looking at, okay, how will I deliver on this as far as team? What people, what support do I need to have in place to deliver on this opportunity? And you need to be proactive in that as well. Okay. The fourth thing is delivering on what you promised. Like, even bidding the opportunity is important, but more so is once you win the opportunity is delivering on what you promised, because that will entail if you get future opportunities. Okay. All right. So as we're talking about delivering on the opportunities, you want to look at what will you need to have in place to deliver. Okay. Depending on what you offer, like Shamika is doing professional services for one, business management consulting, and that may entail you having to physically go to the site, maybe, right? Just depending on what it is. Or it may entail that you're going to need other people to go to the site and do the work, just depending on your approach and how you're going to do things. But you need to know what that is. What all do you need to have in place in order to deliver on what you promise? And when I say on what you promise, I mean what you put into that proposal. Okay. Now, once you're able to, find out the opportunities that's coming up, once you're able to put pricing to it, right? And the numbers don't have to be solid, but you need to start, well, if it's happening in May, this is April, you need to be getting solid numbers. But if it's a couple months away, you may just want to know who you're going to get the numbers from and just have that all handy in a neat little folder, whether it's a physical folder or digital, right? You're compiling things and getting all your information together. Then you're going to focus on the team and what will that look like? And then how will you deliver? Now, after that, the other thing is really, really key here. And this is business specific to you. So there's no outline of what this would look like, but you have to know as a business owner, what else do you need to put in place to make this happen? Okay. And so for all of you guys that are here joining me live, thank you. And those watching the replay. But the question is, you'll have to ask this of yourself. I just told you, go out, find the current opportunities, then start working on your pricing. What team will you have in place? How are you going to deliver it? And then what else do you need to put in place? Well, I don't know what those missing pieces are. I don't know what gaps you have. You'll have to be able to decipher that for yourself unless you have someone helping you. Okay. But just in general terms, because I'm speaking here to the masses, you're going to want to know what other gaps you need to fill in order to be able to bid, win, and deliver. Okay. So that's what I had for you guys here today. So we're going to open it up because we have a little time left. I try to go about 30 minutes or so. And so I'm going to open it up for a Q&A. If you have any questions on what we talked about here today, definitely feel free to ask those questions. If you have any questions, like I said, last week we talked about, let me see if I can find it. We talked about there you go, being prepared. Let's see what we talked about last week. Okay, get creative, get social, get paid. So we talked about that. And that was really about, in these downturn of times right here, because we can't go out, most people are shelter in place. How are you building your business? And so I gave you some strategies last week on that. So if you missed the live last week, you can go back and watch the replay. All right. So I'm giving you guys a chance for the questions to come up here. Let me see, who else did I not say hi to today? Let's see. While I'm waiting on the so if you have any questions, go ahead. I see all of you guys here. Those of you, even if you don't have a question and you didn't introduce yourself, go ahead and do that now. Just say, hey, let us know you're here and what product or service you offer to the government. I like to know who I'm talking to. So I didn't say hi to Bryant. Hey, Bryant, you're doing security guard and IT. Awesome, awesome. Carl Mack, hey. Cordell, how do you bid on the contracts? Well, Cordell, we talked about that. Did we not? We had a private conversation. So how to bid on a contract is a process, okay? And so I couldn't take, it would take us some time to go through the actual scope of bidding the contract. But here's what I'll say about bidding contracts. Every opportunity is different. And so Cordell, as we talked about in our phone conversation, in the Contractors Edge Bootcamp, Module 3 is all about bidding. And so that's where we share all about how to bid the contract. There's a bunch of steps and it's outlined step by step. And I can't think of who it is. I think it might have been Angela. She's in the boot camp. She signed up for this live session and she's already on module 3. And she said, oh my gosh. She was like, wow, it's a lot in module 3. Yeah, this is really where the stuff is. Exactly. That's where the meat and potatoes. I tell everybody, module 3 is the meat and potatoes of the course because it's all about bidding, breaking down solicitations and writing your proposal. Okay. So great question, Cordell. It's just, it's a lot of steps to the bid and every opportunity is different. And so when I speak about the bid process, it's in general terms, if I was to go through it here, but when you're looking at the opportunity, then we are able to say what the bid process is specifically to your opportunity because every opportunity is different. What they may ask for, scope of work is usually always different. I haven't in my time seen a opportunity that is exactly the same. Like square foot may be different, location is different, something's different that is going to change the pricing and it may even change how we deliver. Okay, but great question. And definitely we'll talk about that in the boot camp. Remember, we have the live sessions. All right. Walker says, how long does it take for the SAM approval process? Okay. I don't know. They could be short staffed now. We have no idea with everything, right? That's quite possible. They may be working from home. I don't know in that particular area how that's working. But ideally, under normal circumstances, before all of this, once you submitted everything correctly, because there's a difference between submitting your stuff and submitting it correctly, meaning giving them what they're asking for and everything matching up. All things being created equal and you did it correctly, 7 to 14 days maybe is what it would take. Okay. Angela's here. Hey, hey, hey. Yes, and Angela got her SAM registration. Bam, virtual high five. We couldn't do that via email, right? Congrats, and she has her cage code. And yeah, she says, see, thanks to the Contractors Edge Bootcamp. Woohoo. So she's in the bootcamp. She's rocking it. I don't think Stephanie, I didn't see Stephanie on here. Stephanie's on here. Well, she's not on here, but she joined the bootcamp maybe a week or two ago. And she already has 8 solid leads. 8, and we haven't even gotten into the live sessions yet. This is just going through the course material. So I'm telling you guys, it is thebomb.com. Okay, let me see who else has a question. So glad to have you, Angela. Love to hear your successes. I appreciate you sharing that. Miss Parker from Baltimore, Maryland, just received her cage code. Congratulations. Look, you guys have to celebrate the small wins as well as the big ones. Always pat yourself on the back, because now it just means you're one step closer. Okay. Angela says module 3 is fire. Yeah, that's what you said in the email. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff in module 3. Zan, it says, hi, how much is your boot camp? So great question. Thank you for asking that, Zan. So let me tell you real quick what you guys are going to get in the boot camp, what we're sharing, and I'll definitely share with you the price. So here's what we're doing in the boot camp. Once you sign up, so if you sign up before we get into the live sessions, you get to dive into the material like Angela's doing, like Stephanie has done, and other people that's in it already, so that when we get into the live sessions, we're really focused on getting you to your first bid. Okay, so we're focusing on bids, we're focusing on solicitations, and we're focusing on the proposal. Now, with that being said, here's what you get in the boot camp. In a nutshell, like I said, the goal of the boot camp is to get your first bid done. Okay. And it's all about implementing. So this is not just teaching. Like you may have came here today, I taught you something, you maybe even you took notes, right? Or maybe you're going to go watch it again and take notes, that kind of thing. But I'm all about in my programs implementing, because you can't see change, you can't see results if you don't take action. And so in the boot camp, you actually have this project planner where it tells you step by step where you should be, what you should be working on, what you want to accomplish out of this module. Okay. So with that being said, here's what we're covering in the boot camp. Now, keep in mind, the end goal is to get you to your first bid, right? Now, outside of what I share right now, there's other things that we're going to cover in the boot camp that will help facilitate getting you to the end goal. But here's the overview. Okay. So first thing is you're going to find your contract opportunity. So you're going to look for opportunities. You're going to find an actual opportunity. Once you find the opportunity, you're going to decide what your approach will be as far as that particular opportunity. So Cordell, you see what I'm saying when it's like, how do you bid, right? You got to decide your approach. Once you decide your approach, you're going to learn how to break down the solicitation, pull out the requirements. Okay. From there, you're going to write your proposal. Yes, you're going to actually write a proposal. From there, you'll be able to use it as your template for future opportunities. Again, you'll have to tweak it, but you won't be starting from scratch or a blank piece of paper. Okay, so to save you a lot of time. Once you write the proposal, the next step is to submit. Okay, and you know, waiting to hear back. You know, that time frame is what it is. And then, you know, if you're awarded the contract, then you have to deliver on what you promised. So what are we focusing on in the boot camp? Finding opportunities, bidding the opportunity, writing your proposal, the solicitation, because you got to nail how to analyze those solicitations and pull out the requirements, because that's the only way you can do a responsive proposal. That's what we're focusing on in the boot camp. When we get into the live sessions, we're going to actually do it together. And what I mean by that is you should have a opportunity for your company that you're going to actually for real bid. And we're going to talk about pricing, you know, everything that you should include in your bid, making sure you're not leaving anything out, making sure it's profitable. So we got to make sure you include all your costs, those type of things. Okay. So that's what the boot camp is all about. You get lifetime access to the training material, and we're going to have 4 weeks of live sessions. And as you guys know, I always open it up for Q&A. So those of you that join us, you'll always get your one-on-one time where in the group setting where you can ask your questions and get your questions answered. And if you're not asking questions, then I'm kind of like, are you doing things? And so I'm going to kind of ask you some questions, okay? Because my goal is to get you to your first bid, okay? So the investment into the boot camp is $997. or you can do 3 payments of $397. And if you elect the 3 pay option, you'll do, for example, if you sign up today, you'll do 1 payment, $397. 30 days from today, you would do the second one. And then 30 days from that date, you would do your last one. After that, your payments are done. You still have access to the course material and you're good to go. Okay. Let's see. How much does bootcamp cost? Okay. Walker says, do you walk your students through the cert process, MBE, WOBE? Yes. So also inside of the Contractors Edge Bootcamp, I know some people come and they're just starting their business. So in there is a bonus training on government contracting roadmap. In there, we cover the SAM registration. We cover the various certifications, which ones you want to consider and how to approach the certifications as to which ones you need and where you can go to actually apply for the certification. So all of that is inside of there as well. So we got you covered, Walker, if that's where you're at. Okay, great. Angela said it was only a week and a half turnaround for her SAM registration activation. And it was just completed about 2 weeks ago. So they're still pretty on point then. And you probably did the steps correctly too. So that helps. John Donald is here. Hello. I think, did we talk on the phone or via email? I can't remember. But I definitely remember talking to you yesterday. I've been talking to a lot of people, and thank you guys. I appreciate you. You know, you always hanging out with me and things like that. And just with the current times of what's going on, I've been getting a lot of DMs, so direct messages, comments, and things like that, emails, people calling me. And so I'm doing these live sessions as well, so that when people have questions, I try to answer as many as I can in this type of setting. Because quite honestly, there's no way for me to touch everyone individually and answer your questions, okay? So, but I do remember we talked yesterday, so that's awesome. Thank you for joining us, John. Oh, wow. So Angela did her small business certification and her woman-owned certification today. Girl, you are rocking it. You better work, girl. Awesome. You are getting it done. She's going to be a rock star. I'm pretty sure. She's going to be a rock star. Yeah. Congratulations. Carlton says, is it like writing grants? So no, we're not writing grants. We're actually bidding contracts. We're not looking for free money in the form of a grant. We are actually bidding opportunities and we want to profit from the opportunities. Okay. So yeah, there's a difference. So Walker says, okay, I think I answered all of your questions. I thought I saw one. Okay, Walker says, how do you narrow down what you want to do with the government contracts? So that's a lengthy process. Here's what I'll say, Walker. In the boot camp, you come join us. If you're stuck there, it's really easy for us to have a conversation and I can help you figure that out. Because it's hard to say exactly. It's just kind of like having a conversation and I just ask you a series of questions. And then it's kind of figuring out what is your fastest path to cash right now. So if you know what that is, and I believe in doing something you enjoy doing, then I would say, you know, you could kind of start there. But that, again, that's a general answer to a specific question. Okay. So in the boot camp, we could definitely, you know, iron that out in 10 minutes tops for sure. But I would say definitely it stems from, and it depends on your situation. See, and so there's, again, you see the series of questions, because it may not be that you're looking to get your fastest path to cash. It could be something else that is your motivator and your goal. And so then we would look at it from a different perspective. Okay. So, yeah, but definitely something we could definitely, you know, talk about in the boot camp. Any other questions? So Angela's on here. She's like campaigning for you guys. She said, get in the boot camp. It will take you step by step. It is very thorough. Felicia did an awesome job with putting this all together. She is a rock star. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate that. And Walker says, thanks for your input, Angela. Congrats on your progress. So Walker is cheering you on too, Angela. Awesome. Awesome. Any other questions before we wrap up? Any other questions? Oh, I should give you guys the link to the boot camp. I guess somebody asked. I didn't even give you the link. So if you're interested in checking out the boot camp, you can go over to FeliciaStreeter.com/bootcamp. Or if you just go over to the website, top navigation bar, you'll see it says boot camp. Same thing is right there for you. And you can definitely check us out. And I'll put the link right here while we're waiting to see if any other final questions come in. And I think, I haven't tallied today, but I think we have like, let me see, maybe, let me see, that's 6. I think we have maybe 13 spots left for the boot camp. So we are going to cap it because doing the live sessions, although it's in a group setting, I like to have a one-on-one conversation with all of the students in the boot camp because I want to make sure you're on point, your questions get answered. And again, the goal is to get you to your first bid. And so I don't want you not getting your questions answered or you're stuck without getting the support that you need. So that's why we're going to cap the number so that I can make sure I can serve everyone in the group setting how they need, because the goal is to get you guys to getting a return on your investment as quickly as possible. Although we know one contract will more than pay for your investment into the boot camp, right? We do know that, but we still want to get you through that first bid as quickly as possible and get you cash flowing in your business, okay? Walker says, makes sense. All right, awesome. Any other questions? Any other questions? So at the very least, what are you guys going to do? You're going to go out, find the current opportunities. You can look at the forecast. Once you do that, you can start thinking about pricing. If it's, well, say if it's August, September timeframe, you may not physically go get pricing, but where will you get the pricing from? You can still start thinking about that. If you're going to need other people involved, then it's never too early to start building those teaming relationships, right? Those work relationships with other companies, independent contractors, just depending on who you're going to get to help and support you in delivering, right? So you're going to do that. You're going to think about how will you deliver on what you promised? What does that look like? And then anything else that you need to have in place to figure out or what you need to do in order to be ready when the opportunity actually hit the streets. Because a lot of times they'll put out pre-solicitations, they'll put out sources sought, things like that to kind of get a feel. And in that, it will be information to help you start getting ready, right? Being prepared and getting positioned. So when the opportunity comes out, the stuff that has been holding me back because I'm trying to put it on someone else. Here's the thing. I used to like do certain things for people as a service, but here's what I like to do as it relates to learning the foundational things first is I like to teach it to you as the individual because it's your business and you need to know how to do it. Now, after that, if you say, well, let me go and hire someone or teach someone else to do it because I don't want to do it every day, I want to focus on this part of the business, that's fine. But you need to know the foundational piece. You need to know how to bid an opportunity. So if it's just you, that person is busy, not around, whatever that looks like, that you can actually continue to run your business successfully. So we don't want you to do that, Bryant. Maybe you should get into the boot camp. Let's get you to your first bid as well. Okay. All right. Well, if there's no final questions here, I'm going to go ahead and end the live. I thank you guys for all coming, joining me live. I thank you, my replay viewers. Remember, we have, I think it's 14 spots. I'll update you guys on a weekly basis. We don't start to the end of this month, but you get immediate access to the training portal, which Angela's in there rocking it already. And so you get access to that right away. Stephanie is the other person. She has the 8 solid leads from the boot camp. And that's all I can remember. I have other emails. I just can't remember them all, but they're steady emailing me every day. They're small wins, big wins. They all count. And I like to hear them all. Okay. All right. So if you want to join us, you can go over to FeliciaStreeter.com/bootcamp. If you have any questions about the boot camp specifically, you can definitely DM me over on Instagram at Felicia Streeter. Okay. All right. So we'll be back here next Tuesday for our next live. Who knows what we're going to talk about next week. If you want, you can definitely put in the comments once this uploads. If you have topics you would like for me to cover, I would love to hear that. You can definitely share those and let me know. You can always DM me and say, hey, this is a topic. I would love for you to, cover something like that. let me know, because I try to, if it's something that's great for the whole community collectively, then I have no problem with providing a training on that. All right. So until next time, I'll see you right back here real soon. Bye for now.